I've started getting anxiety from not doing the show.
Really?
I've legit started getting anxiety. Like if a day, like maybe like a day is like, okay, I can catch up on like regular work or whatever.
Yeah.
2 days I'm like, all right, we're gonna shoot.
Yeah.
3 days I'm just like,
we're never doing it again.
Nah, it's more like 3 days.
No,
no, not even that. It's like for three days I'm just like, yo, I'm ready to get back in. I don't know why. It's like I don't know. It's I just don't find the same joy I find in this as I do like regular work. Maybe it's just because I'm not like no one's forcing me to do it. It's just something that I want to do.
I feel that.
Which sounds generic and cliche, but it's really the truth.
It's a cliche for a reason. You know?
Yeah. So, what was the first topic that we want to really use to like kind of just get into it?
The first topic I have is America actually doing well? It seems like people have to. America is doing so well that people are faking America doing bad.
Yeah. So
I might have worded that poorly, but I think the sentiment is pretty.
It goes through.
Yeah.
Look, honestly, I don't know how many people pass through this channel, and if you do, I thank you for passing through the channel, even if it was by mistake.
Right.
I just appreciate that you even took 10 seconds to just listen to what the fuck we're talking about. And if you did stop by the channel a couple times and you heard us talking about Jussie Smollett, I get it. We're like the world is beating this into the ground, like just with replay value. But it just gets juicier and juicier every time the story comes up, and you can't blame America for attaching itself to the story the way it has.
It's so ridiculous.
It's so ridiculous, and I'm telling you, every time you click, every time you just use your finger and you press that button on your YouTube feed or whatever form of social media you use, it's something different. Like the first time I watched it, all we had with the first time I watched it, obviously was the interview. It all started off with that interview. Yeah, you know what I mean. He made he created or concocted this amazing story in his mind that figured would get him so much attention. And then fast forward a little bit, we find out that police are actually investigating him because they have reason to think that he's lying about it. So they ask him to come down to the station, answer questions or whatever. Yeah. So that's where it was left. Then the next time I clicked on it, they have video of the two Nigerian dudes. Yeah. In the store. First of all, I got two problems with it. Yeah. They have videos of the two Nigerian dudes in the store, right, buying a ski mask.
Yeah. I don't know who showed it to me. Somebody showed it to me. I saw like a dub of it. And I was like, this is a joke, right? Because they're clearly buying a ski mask to be the most obvious thing, like, to be as obvious as possible. Right? I really thought it was a joke.
It wasn't a joke. That's really them in the store. Yeah. Buying the ski mask.
I'm sorry, and those guys look like complete idiots.
They look retarded.
They look so dumb in that store. They're just like, yeah, we really gonna get away with this, right?
You know what the conversation was. Like, the conversation was what you just said. Like, we're gonna get away with this. I do feel like one of them had to be the one. Like, I feel like in any relationship, whether it be friends, brothers, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, there's always someone who's just in a situation like that. There's someone who's just like, yeah, but like, I don't know which of them was yeah, but guy.
It was the one that you saw the most of. I think he was like wearing the green hoodie.
Oh, who was just like, I don't know if this is a good idea.
Yeah, he was definitely the most skeptical. He was for sure.
So, first of all, my issue with that is just like that the fact that they even have that video. My second issue is like, why in 2018, right? Why are you allowed to buy all of those items in one store?
It really feels like a movie. It's just like, all right, you're buying all the materials to make a bomb, but the person who's checking you out is not like calling the cops immediately.
Nothing. Like where does
he's buying a ski mask bleach, and a rope. And it's Halloween.
A hat is nowhere near Halloween. I'm not saying that. Look, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying the cashier.
Yeah, we're not blaming her.
Now has an obligation to call the police and say, "Hey, I think these guys are up to no good."
Yeah.
Right. But it's just, I feel like there's somewhat. I don't want to say that she has a moral obligation. I'm trying to really try so hard to refrain from saying that.
Yeah.
But she in the back of her mind, she knew something bad was about to happen.
Right, and then the next day when that story came out, she was like, man, I knew it, yo. I knew it.
The next day she had to be livid. The next day she had to be in the house going crazy. Because she knew who did it. Now, this third point. She knows who did it.
She's probably the person that tipped them off.
She might be the person that tipped them. Maybe.
Nah, because they were like, someone said that there was a tip that, basically the Chicago PD said that they had been tipped off that this all might be a hoax, but the things are unconfirmed. It had to. If it was me,
yeah,
I would say something like, "Yo, nigga lying."
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
and especially if that picture came up that showed the two guys. I was like, all right,
yeah, that looks like them.
Come on.
But maybe you might be right. There's a good chance that she really called in and was just like, "Look."
Yeah, you could say it's anonymous, but bro, now we all know it's you.
Because she's who else would have tipped them about it being a hoax?
Right.
Unless it was, I highly doubt it's the Nigerian dudes.
Right. Well, they probably once they got in, they found out they were about to be charged for a hate crime.
Well, yeah, but that's after.
Yeah, but who's gonna believe the criminal? Without any evidence. No one's just gonna be like, all right, this criminal's telling the truth. It's set up.
Well, they have to take all of it into consideration, but that is a good point. I didn't think about that. But yeah, like every time you click on a new story from him, there's something else that's just. It's just so juicy that you have to watch the whole thing and then you have to talk about it.
Yeah.
I can understand if you're tired of talking about it. I myself, to an extent, am tired of talking about it. However, it's too attractive to not talk about it.
Right.
It's like moths to a flame. Like you're gonna get upset just talking about it or just being near the story. But you have to go in there. Find out even a little bit more information. And you know what's worse about all this? For me, at least. I can't speak for everyone else. I watch the videos, right? I get upset at the videos. And then I go back and watch the interview where he lied about the whole thing.
I still haven't seen it. I don't think I can watch it.
After I watch the whole interview about it, I get extremely upset. I turn my phone off and I'm like, I'm never going back on social media again.
Oh, why do you do it to yourself?
I don't know. I think, look, this is an amazing segue. Perfect segue. We're addicted to conflict. We've been addicted, like the human race, we've been addicted to conflict for probably, I don't know how long the humans have been on this planet. We've been addicted to conflict for thousands of years. So much to the point where, like, we built a coliseum just to watch people. There's no reason for them to even kill each other in that coliseum.
Yeah.
But human beings built a coliseum just to watch conflict.
Right.
We can't turn our heads away from
it. You get glorified for being like the head of conflict. Like if you're the best at conflict or if you're the best at war, if you're the best at arguing, you get glorified. You get glorified. Yeah. Whoever makes that, it's insane, but whoever makes it out of the belly of the beast, like let's use the belly of the beast as a metaphor for conflict. Whoever makes it out of that conflict, you're the winner. You are the winner for I don't know how long, but you're the winner at least for a day. Yeah. With social media, good 3 weeks. Yeah, it'll last.
We can't get away from conflict, man. Like as much as I love to say, I'm done with this. As soon as a new story comes up, I can't.
Especially if it's something that you know for sure is like dumb or retarded or just straight up wrong. Like you're just drawn to it. You just have to say, out loud to yourself or to someone, you're like, yo, that's dumb.
That's dumb.
That's stupid. Look how dumb this person's being.
What would we do? What would our mode of entertainment be without conflict?
Like
What
no
would our
conflict at all,
entertainment
not even false conflict.
Not like let's get away from if someone made up a story or anything like that. Let's say
no, I mean like even like within stories, there's no conflict ever.
Yeah.
Like
what would our entertainment be? What would life be like?
I'm trying to think really hard because I really do want the answer.
I want the answer because I don't want to live this way. I don't. I really don't.
Well, I mean, I'll bring it back to what I said before, where it's like in shows that you watch, if there's no bad guy for your protagonist to fight, or if they don't have a rival,
right,
or anything like that, even though you could potentially enjoy the show, once that show is over, it's empty because your hero didn't accomplish anything. Your hero didn't overcome. You know, so even if it's against himself, even if it's against nature or another person, if your hero doesn't overcome, or if he doesn't resolve his conflict, no matter how you slice it, you're gonna feel very empty.
If they don't win,
yeah. If they have nothing to win, even if the hero loses at the end of whatever you're watching, or at whatever it is, you still feel something. You know, you might be sad,
right,
or you might feel, anxiety, but you're still feeling something. If they just go through the whole show, just everything being happy-go-lucky and everything gets resolved in like two or 3 seconds, and there's no real conflict, it's so boring.
Yeah,
it's so boring. It's so forgettable.
It's very boring and it's very forgettable. And when I think about it, obviously we want to watch a hero be a hero.
Yeah.
Like, but if you think about, if you really dig down and think, like, you want to watch a hero be a hero, but that means you secretly want bad stuff to happen.
Yeah.
But we don't need bad, like, we don't want bad things to happen in real life to ourselves.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we only like bad stuff happening and like watching a hero when it's like far away from us and it's not us.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, so like with that being said, I just kind of, I want to find for myself, I want to find like a middle ground, like.
But it's never about the conflict. It's about the resolution. Because whatever, like, the conflict could be anything, and there's one answer to all your conflict, and it's just to resolve it. You know, no matter how you slice it, that's just how it is. So that's why I say it's really less about, or I guess what we're really focused on is how we'll overcome the conflict and that feeling that we get once it is overcome.
Oh, like the sigh of relief. Like,
yeah, the relief, the end of pain. That's what really matters.
That's what we're waiting for.
Yeah,
basically.
That's what we want.
And basically, if the hero doesn't win, then is the hero not winning? The problem with the hero not winning, what I noticed, because I've started to notice it in movies. Like I said, going back, like just rewinding a little bit, you don't want bad stuff to happen to you. You want it to happen like far away, like somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like, don't bring bombs next to me. Like, I don't want the FBI to save me. I don't even, you understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't want the FBI or the police to save me, because that would mean I need saving from something. Okay. Whatever that something is, I don't want any part of it. Like, right. I don't think
so basically, like, if there was aliens, you wouldn't want to know.
It's not that I don't want to know. It's just that I would hope the aliens aren't doing something to me, so that the FBI has to come and help me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm like diving. I feel like I'm diving like deep into the core of the problem. But with that being said, when I watch a movie, sometimes I want to see the bad guy win, because I don't feel like the bad guy winning in the movie doesn't mean I don't have a chance of winning. I feel like you know what I mean. I feel like a lot of times the reason we watch a hero and we fall in love with a hero, especially because they just keep overcoming stuff throughout the movie, like it kind of puts your life into perspective a little bit, and it makes you say like, all right, like he overcame. That inspired me.
Right.
But if the bad guy wins and just keeps knocking the hero down, you're just like everything that you don't like that happens to you, you view it as the bad guy, and you're just like, oh, like if you leave a movie where the bad guy wins, you're just gonna be like, there's a small piece of you that might resonate with that, and you're just gonna be like, I guess I'm not gonna win either because that like no matter how hard that good guy tried, the bad guy beat him. Like that's why we love underdogs so much. Like we love underdogs because everyone kind of feels like an underdog. If you don't feel like an underdog, great.
You might be a bad guy.
No. you might be. You might. That's a good point. You might. Yeah. You might be a bad guy, or you might be a bad guy.
Right.
Because bad guys usually they really don't have, or at least it seems
no
like
remorse.
They have no remorse, and they don't have like a. They don't have like a bashable ego. Like you can't just like the bad guys in most movies, like Marvel movies, DC movies. You're not just gonna be like you can't do that. Like you have to respect bad guys a little bit in movies because a lot of times if someone tells you in real life you can't do that, you might listen. Bad guys, they have the same qualities as a good guy.
Right.
Like you can't.
It's on the opposite end of the spectrum,
and it usually involves hurting people. You know what I mean?
Unfortunately, that's on the other side.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just feel like, to an extent, like I said, in the movie, I'm not talking about real life because I don't want no parts of it. Like, if
I think I can think of some people in real life that even though I don't really think they should win, if they did win, I would be okay.
Like who?
Like Alex Jones.
Yeah.
Like Alex Jones.
I want Alex Jones to win.
Right. Well, I don't know if I want him to win, but I would like to see his redemption story, for sure. You know, I would have loved to see his redemption story. I'm not a fan of Alex Jones at all.
I'm a fan of Alex Jones.
I'm not a fan at all. I see why he has fans. I get it completely. I don't believe like a lot of the words he says.
Okay.
Like almost all of them.
Right.
But there's just like something there that's like unbeatable that you just can't destroy, and you're just like, okay, man, all right. Like as far as that's concerned, that's where I'm on board.
Okay.
You know.
Fair enough.
So, but that's what I'm saying. I think there's like some real life, and that's like a whole thing. That's like I think that's like a subsection of society right now where it's like very anti. Well, yeah. I guess this is obvious, but it's like anti-SJW,
anti-social justice warrior.
Yeah, like anti-social justice warrior, like anti. I guess just to give an umbrella term, like anti-PC.
Okay.
Where it's just like these are people who at one point were probably liberal or were probably politically correct or were probably social justice warriors, and because they had one or two views that didn't align with them, they got shut down by like everybody, and that showed them like this light that was like, all right, maybe you guys aren't as good as you say, and then that's when they turn.
You guys being who? The
social justice warriors, yeah.
That's very possible.
You know, and they're like, all right, you guys aren't as great. You guys aren't this great people. You guys aren't as holy as you say, and then that's when like they turn.
Yeah.
And they go heal. You know, I feel like I'm trivializing it a little bit because these are people who go through like really real things, but I feel like that, like I like seeing that.
Right.
You know,
the overcoming.
Yeah. Well, it's not, I don't know if I can call it overcoming, but I do like seeing them fight, like knowing that there's a lot of people against them, and they don't want to stop what they say just because there's going to be a lot of people against them. I really like seeing that.
Because that's we all every human being on this planet, I think. I don't know how I can just speak for every human being on this planet, but let's forget that. Everyone wants to know that they can overcome the forces that be.
Right.
Or whoever it is, you want to believe that you could overcome your greater demons your demons and the outside demons. You want to believe that you could overcome that and make a life for yourself. To me, that's when I see like Alex Jones. To me he's a picture perfect idea of that, because he doesn't agree with media in general. He doesn't agree with mainstream media in general, right? He decided, I don't agree with it. I'm gonna make my own media.
Right.
He goes ahead, makes his own media. He jumps on the same platforms that everybody else is on, and then he gets kicked off because his views just didn't align. That's really what this boils down to. His views just didn't align with YouTube's views,
right,
or whatever platforms he's been kicked off of. YouTube, Twitter, all these social media sites. I'm not trying to be a jerk, but they're pretenders. Like, they're pretending that they believe in free speech when they don't. And I know you don't believe in free speech because you penalize somebody for
their free speech.
their free speech.
Yeah.
If you don't see that, maybe I'm wrong. There's a good chance I'm wrong. I'm stubborn.
Right.
You know what I mean? Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know what he got kicked off for.
Well, the thing
I know
is,
he didn't beat nobody up.
Right. True. And the thing with that is, who are these heads of these social media companies to judge? I guess it's because it's their company and they can make the decision. So I guess that's the short answer to it. But in reality, when you think about it, being one or two people that it comes down to the decision, why do they get to choose and decide what free speech is?
Right.
At the end of the day, you know.
How could that like I don't know. I can't jump out the window and say what people should and shouldn't do. But I would say this. I'm not gonna say as a human being. I'm gonna say as an American, because that's like the first line of defense when it comes to anything. Free speech, the Second Amendment.
Yeah, that's the First Amendment.
First Amendment. My bad.
Second Amendment is guns.
Guns.
Yeah.
First Amendment is free speech. I'm not well versed on it at all. Maybe in the next week I will be, just so I could redeem myself from saying it was a Second Amendment.
No, I'm saying,
but whatever the case is,
yeah,
that's what every American is entitled to. Who are you to just say,
to deem what is and isn't free speech?
Come on,
it's really, it's, and again, I know I say it often, but that's really what's scary about it. Is just like, and yes, it is your platform, and I understand.
We get that.
But what you are also doing is setting like a societal norm based off of one person's opinion or a small group of people's opinion, and you don't reflect everybody.
You don't.
You know, and I can tell you that because you don't reflect me, or
right,
like automatically. So that's what makes it scary, because it's just like, well, geez, if you could do that by yourself, what else can you do by yourself?
That's where it gets scary.
Yeah.
It's like another weird thing that I've noticed is, for all the shit that like Trump supporters get, or conservatives get, or mostly right-wing people get, from what I've seen online, like just evidence, you rarely see them carry out violent acts. I haven't even seen
Trump supporters.
Yeah, I haven't seen any violent acts from Trump supporters, right-wing conservatives, any of that.
Well, there's been a few.
I've never seen any of them. The ones I've seen so far, even like this last one, this Berkeley kid who got punched in the face. There's this guy on a Berkeley campus, I believe. He was a conservative, and he had like a stand or a booth there. And this liberal dude, I don't know if he's liberal, but I guess he didn't appreciate what the guy was saying, and they straight up rocked him. Like it was like, this guy didn't even. The thing is, this guy didn't even look like he's ever thrown a punch in his life. The dude who got punched. So it's like, first of all, to me, it's like the dude who.
Are you talking about Richard Spencer?
I don't know if that's his name.
But sorry.
No, it's all good. to me, it's just like the dude who did that. You lose 2 points. You lose 2 points. Number one, because you hit someone who is just using their words, and number two, you could tell the guy's not like a fighter.
Right.
You punched him because you probably knew he wasn't gonna punch you back.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like if like I don't like. Obviously, I don't think violence is ever a good idea. But I really wish you would try something like that in the hood. Like I really wish you would. I wish you would go to the hood if there was, because I don't think there are. But I wish you would have a disagreement with somebody in the hood by a corner store. Disagree with them and decide you're just gonna punch them in the face and see what happens to you. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like you could tell this guy wasn't gonna hit him back.
Right.
So when I see stuff like that, I'm just like or that other lady. There was this dude who had this. I don't know where he was, but he had like a MAGA hat on, and he was like shooting a video, and some ladies behind him like trying to rip his hat off. Like, what is there to gain from that type of shit? Right. You know what I mean?
Not that it matters. I actually never mind. I don't even have to say it. It really doesn't matter at all.
What is there to gain from the like? Just use your words.
Right.
Growing up, that was always like a joke. Like that I would see like how their comedian make. Usually a black comedian. Like it would usually be a black comedian. They were talking about like how like in a white family, if the kid is like screaming and yelling and like being unruly in the grocery store, like a black parent might just punch him in the head. Yeah. Versus like a white parent who will be like, use your words, Johnny, or some shit like that. Yeah. I have to side with that because as an adult, you cannot just go around punching people. No. It's not gonna work, man. You're not gonna get anywhere in life like that. Unless you're like a UFC fighter and you do it professionally. Right. But on the street, no, come on. That's not how to solve.
Oh, look, here's the thing. And I said it doesn't matter, but you made it matter with your comment. But it's mostly white people.
Very true.
It's mostly white people punching Nazis. You know, doing things like grabbing people's hat, you know, turning like using violence or using physical means to disagree with somebody.
True.
You know, and
from the videos I've seen, you're absolutely right.
On both sides, it's really messed up. Like, it's really there's one that's like kind of my favorite, right? It's this dude. Maybe I can actually pull it up here. It's this dude who, him and his friends are doing like a pro-choice rally or something like that. Or they're standing in front of somewhere, and you know, saying, you know, pro-choice, like let's get like abortion laws passed. And a woman comes up from behind them and she's like recording them. He's like, "Why are you recording me?" Things like that. He charges up, steps back, charges up.
I saw that video.
It's really good.
It was that kick.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was aiming for the camera or if he was aiming for her head or whatever. But it seemed pretty accurate.
That was really good.
Now, I don't remember. I saw that video so long ago. I don't remember who.
I don't remember. He was a liberal. Yeah, he was a liberal. The one that kicked him. Right. But there's violence on both sides for sure. It's just that the violence on the right isn't praised as much. The violence that you see on the right, it's not praised. But when you see it on the left, everybody's like, "Yo, did the right thing. I agree with you. Oh, you know, you can do this, you can do that."
But I'm telling you, I've never seen the right being violent.
Yeah, there's a ton of times. I mean, the main one is that guy who ran through the crowd at the rally.
He was driving?
Yeah, he drove through a crowd. He killed someone at the was it Charleston?
It was a pro-choice thing.
It was
at nighttime. Like they all had sticks.
Yeah, it was the day after that. They did a rally in the daytime, and then he drove into a crowd of people and he killed one person. I
saw that video. That person was way out in the street.
No. He just drove into a crowd of people.
Nah, bro.
Yeah, he just drove. Yeah, he just drove into a crowd of people.
I think I was watching this video literally earlier today, and if I remember this video correctly, it was something like I think it was a deportation video.
We might be talking about a different video then.
I don't remember.
The one at the Charleston rally, I don't know how he got there or how the protesters got there, but he definitely just drove into a group of protesters. And there was like no one around him, no one like trying to get into his car or anything. He just drove into a group of protesters.
I gotta see that video because I don't know for a fact. I gotta actually see it.
But there was another one where like it was at I think it was either at the same rally or a separate one. There was like fighting on both sides.
Okay.
I think one dude on the left was trying to grab another dude's like
Love pedal.
It wasn't his cap, but it was like a flag or something like that. I think he was trying to grab his flag, and then the guy pulled out a gun, and he shot at him. He like shot at him, and then he put the gun like right away. He ended up getting arrested, and then
he pulled like the guy's hat.
I think he pulled out his flag. He pulled out something. There was really intense violence on like both sides, and then the guy on the right pulled out a gun, and he shot at him. I don't think he hit him, but he did shoot at him, and he put the gun away. And like walked away. He got arrested.
Violence in general, when it comes to like,
it's trash.
It's trash. Like I get it. You're upset. I understand. You're mad. Punching the guy, in like if you really stand for your side, right? If you really stand for your side and you just believe in your side's ideas, you punching him. All I'm gonna explain is that you punching him solves your anger for right then and there.
Yeah.
Your anger. It does everyone else on your team disservice.
So bad. Like the dude who would kick that in the camera.
Yeah.
She wasn't even antagonizing him, right? She was just like recording him, and then he asked her, "Are you pro-abortion or are you pro-choice? Yes or no?" And I don't think she gave a straight answer. I think she said she's pro-life, and that's when he just went to the stance and like kicked her.
That was an insane stance, man.
It was. And like
I've never seen that. I've only seen that stance in very, very few cartoons.
Yeah, only in anime.
It was a serious like.
Yeah,
it was a real charge up.
Right, and I was thinking about like at first it looks very funny, but like when you think about like if you were there and you saw him kick her like that,
yeah,
you would be like, yo, what's wrong with that guy? That guy's insane.
No, I thought that when I was watching the video. But if I saw it in person, it would be amplified.
Yeah, I'm like, what are you doing? Like, you can't just kick people like that.
Yeah, no, you can't.
You can't do that.
You can't charge up.
No.
Let's not even get to kicking people. You can't charge up.
Don't charge up.
You can't charge up in the street.
If I ever see anybody like that in a purple hoodie,
charging up,
stance,
don't charge up.
I'm running.
Don't charge up in the street.
Because if that thing hits my head, I might not wake up.
Don't charge up in the street, bro.
Don't charge up, please.
No bueno.
But it's really whack on both sides.
It's trash. It's trash. I don't know if we'll ever be able to fully get away from violence, but in my ideal world, it's not there. In my ideal world, if you don't agree with something I'm saying, you just don't agree with it, and we move on.
Right.
You know what it is? It's like whoever whatever. If you don't agree with my idea, we're both obviously bringing an idea to the table for a better outcome of whatever situation we're in. I think that's fair to say. Whoever presents the better idea that equals a good solution long term for everyone. Why can't that just be the idea that we go to?
Some people are stubborn, man. Some
you know
people
what I mean?
are really stubborn, and some people are stubborn, and other people are really finicky. Some people, never change their mind. Other people change their mind too often. That's why you can't ever really choose on one thing, or everyone can't really choose on one thing. Be set on one thing.
That's so strange to me. Like I wonder. Sometimes I wonder, like, if you really just broke it down to, like, let's say we're looking at left and right. I'm trying to understand what would happen if either side always won. And I'm wondering, like, if maybe that's the reason why it's never always just Republican.
It's always like
do Democrats kind of help keep everything balanced?
I would say to a degree. I don't know who it was. There was one. I forgot which president it was. It wasn't too long ago. It might have been Bill Clinton. I could be wrong. But one of them had like really, really high bipartisanship, where it was like the most cooperation between the two parties. And it ended up like helping the country out a lot. But I don't think it's happened since. Certainly wasn't under Obama.
I'm not.
I think it's under Trump right now.
I know this is gonna sound like a jerky thing to say. I'm not 100% understanding. I don't feel like we need welfare as much.
Welfare?
I don't think we need it as much. I think actually there should be a cutoff. I think you should have about a certain amount of years.
I mean, what type of welfare? You mean like EBT?
Any sort of public assistance?
Everything? I mean, I think there are some things that aren't too bad, like Section 8.
Okay.
Section 8 isn't terrible.
Okay.
In theory. Healthcare.
Okay.
Healthcare isn't terrible. That's probably it. Just those two, Section 8 and healthcare.
Like, the reason I say this, and this is purely anecdotal, it's just my experience, it's not.
Section 8 is housing.
Yes.
Government assisted housing.
I'm going to speak from my experience with this. I've worked places where I was a manager, and my job was to delegate hours. And I started giving certain, like, not giving, but there were hours to go around. So I started giving people a lot of hours. And that was a problem. The problem stemmed from, this was really a problem. They asked, they said, Daniel, can I speak to you? Sure, what's up? I need you to cut my hours.
Right.
You're giving me too many hours.
Yeah, I've heard this before.
What do you mean? Why am I giving what do you mean I'm giving you asked for more hours last week.
Yeah.
You're giving me too many hours. They're going to cut my Section 8. Or they're going to, not Section 8, they're going to cut my whatever. I don't know what.
Yeah, it's unemployment. When you get too much, you have to work like several hours below part-time. So full-time is 40 hours a week. And then anything under that, I guess, is part-time. But I think you have to work under 20 hours a week to stay on unemployment.
So, when I hear
fact check me on that. But I think that's
please. Yeah. There's a lot of times where it's gonna be wrong. I know for a fact.
We were always in the ballpark.
Maybe. I know for a fact I'm gonna be wrong a lot of times. So I'm gonna get that out the way right now. If you want to fact check us, please do. It will put us more. It will put me more on point.
Yeah.
But with that little anecdotal piece of evidence, for me, and I'm not saying everyone's doing that, but how would you ever like strive for more if you like put the shackles on yourself, basically?
Right.
Like you're stopping yourself from making more money and possibly being put into like a better situation where at least like the manager might recommend you for promotion or something like that. But it's hard to recommend you for promotion when you're saying you don't want to work more.
Right.
So how could you possibly ever become better
if you're okay with the bare minimum?
If you're okay with the bare minimum because you're relying on the government to like kind of pick up what you're leaving off.
Yeah.
I'm not. You know what I mean? I
don't think that's the government's job.
It's definitely not. But a lot of people see it as that. I don't. To me, I don't.
I would agree with that.
Honestly, I think people need it. I think certain people need it. I think certain people really are on tough times and they absolutely need it.
Well, like people with like disabilities, people like
it's not
with
just
age things.
Certain people like I just feel like if you. Well, that what you said also, but I just feel like if you give people a time frame, it might light a fire to make them make certain moves, so that they don't stay on it like forever. So that like they don't have a kid, and then the kid thinks that's the norm too.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like anytime you put a time limit on anybody for anything, it makes you say, "Oh shit, let me put this in order by the time this rolls around, so that I'm in a better spot or whatever before they take it away." I don't know.
I don't know. It's just not in a lot of people to like We just don't have shame.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm sorry to say it like that, but it's just like I would feel shame having to rely on the government.
And I think you should. So
like
that
all
you could
the time.
What?
All the time, having to rely on them all the time.
Right, and that's what I was gonna get to. Like, I think it should be a temporary thing. I think temporarily should you say, all right, I'm gonna rely on them because I'm really down on hard time, I'm down on whatever. I'm gonna temporarily rely on them until I can get everything to where it needs to be. But if that just becomes like your complete way of life, and you're never gonna you can never reach the level that we all want. You know what I mean? You can never get the big huge house or the nice car or whatever. I'm not trying to make it materialistic.
Right.
But you can't reach mostly what a lot of us want relying on the government.
Right.
There's only so much.
It's literally limiting because if you can't work this amount, you can't do it, or else you're gonna get off of unemployment. It's a handicap. It's a handicap
because imagine if you're coming. I'm not even saying that you should shoot for that either. I'm just saying, let's say that the manager does want to put you in a spot where maybe you're making $20,000 extra a year or whatever the case is. You're gonna decide that you don't want that because you want to rely on the government. Like you can make more in the long run.
Yeah, exactly. You can make more. Networking, whatever, experience, whatever. Money, all that. You can get all that. You literally won't have to rely on the government anymore because you're building yourself up to be able to
sustain
climb exactly to keep going. But now you would rather sit back and rely on however much they're giving you, and I guess they give them good money. Because
I don't think it's that amazing, bro. I really don't. I don't think it's so amazing to the point where. Like long run wise, you gotta think in not you obviously, but if you're in that position, I would just I would encourage you to just think the long run, because even if they're making things work right now, it's just trust me, if you put a little bit more fight into it, you can make more on your own than you can with the government. You could definitely make more by yourself than rely on the government. Absolutely. Oh, wait. I want to go back to what you were saying, though, about YouTube and Twitter when we were talking about free speech.
Yeah.
There's actually a new idea that's been coming around. I don't know if you heard about it, but there's this new idea that should platforms like this become like a utility. I don't know if you've heard this argument lately.
I haven't.
There's this new argument, should social media platforms become a utility? Like, everyone has a right to it, pretty much. It's because what Twitter and YouTube have now done is open up that argument. But what I'm afraid of is if government does step in. You don't want government to step in and start regulating shit like that, because once government steps in...
Well, I think that's what net neutrality was. I never understood net neutrality completely. Excuse me for that terrible sound. But I think that's what net neutrality was. It was them regulating internet usage.
But it wasn't speech, though.
No, it wasn't speech.
They were They were more.
They were regulating bandwidth.
Yeah, they were playing weird, stupid little games. If you don't have Verizon or something like that, and they're gonna regulate how much bandwidth you.
I'm pretty sure net neutrality got repealed.
I think it did,
and we're all fine.
Yeah, I think everyone's fine.
Yeah, I think for the most part we're all pretty good.
But I don't want I don't know. I just feel if let's say could you imagine if the government had a social media website? That would just be so. It would just.
Well, we do now. Right now, that's what Donald Trump does on Twitter.
Yeah, but it's on Twitter. Yeah. It's not a government site. I'm talking about imagine if government had its own version of Twitter.
Okay,
that would be free speech. No one gets kicked off or whatever. Supposedly, that's because when I hear someone say that should social media be like a utility, the only way I see that being possible would be through government.
Right. Right.
But I don't want government in there. Like,
I don't think it should be. I don't know. I never really. I've always had a bad understanding of like what should and shouldn't be utility, right? Like, some people think education, like if it's a utility, it should be free, right?
no.
You have to pay for it. Utility meaning you have to pay for it, like electricity.
You know what? That's a good question. I don't really know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I never really understood utility because is it like something that you as a human in America have a right to? Is that what a utility is?
I think it might be. Let's look it up.
No, let's see.
Because we're gonna bang our head around about this one. I really don't know.
Because excuse me, if people want social media to be utility in that sense,
it says the state of being useful, profitable, or beneficial. An organization supplying the community with electric, gas, water, and sewerage.
so social media or Twitter would be utility in the sense that it's providing news.
I don't know. I just know that that's like the.
That's the
I
argument
feel
right
like
now.
what you said was the first time was right, where it's like everyone has a right to it. Or, you know what I mean? Or it's part of everybody's everyday living, I guess.
And that's why I feel like you can't really make an argument to have social media as a utility. It would have to be the internet.
Yes, that I could agree with. Internet should definitely be a utility. But it is a utility.
Yeah. Social
media
is not big. I'm sorry. Social media is not. Well, yes, it's big, but it's not important.
It's not
at all. Social media is nowhere near important. It's not real.
It's the Matrix.
It's not real, man.
Yo, social media is the Matrix.
None of that shit matters at all. As soon as you turn the phone off, as soon as you get off of that website, it's back to real shit.
Yeah, it's back to bills.
It's back to real shit. It's back to what you really think, what you really got to do, and none of that shit matters.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
That shit is not.
Yo, I didn't even think about that.
I
know obviously it's not real.
Yeah.
It's just that for someone to say that it should be utility, I didn't put two and two. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I didn't put two and two together.
It's bogus, man. That shit's bogus. Social media is lots of so many people. Who said
every media outlet lies to people, man.
Yeah, social media is no different. Social media is really no different.
But why? It doesn't it doesn't do anything for anyone really, unless like I guess you could say that it helps like sway people politically, but from my dealings with people in general,
you already have your opinion.
You have your opinion already, and no one's really gonna sway you.
Right.
Like,
it always depends on how much information there is, honestly.
But even with that, there's still some like, well, I don't believe it until, like, for example, not to go back. I'm so sorry for. I'm so.
It's just he's so versatile.
It's so versatile. It's so just versatile. You could really just drop it into any conversation. I apologize. I really do. So sorry. Take D.L. Hughley for example. D.L. Hughley went on TV and he was talking to, I don't remember who he was talking to, but he was talking to someone and he was like, I don't understand why everyone's jumping on Jussie Smollett. Why is it a problem when a young black kid makes up a story and he should be indicted versus when an old white man, Donald Trump, lies about things every day and makes it into the White House? Now, when that, there's, to try, my thing is exactly, you're going to be perplexed for a while, but my thing is to try to not just straight up say he was wrong, what he did was dumb, and try to, create this other straw man argument about Donald Trump lying every day, or whatever the case is. it shows that if someone has an opinion, they're gonna have their opinion. You're not gonna just sway them.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's what gets me so confused when they're like, how people are using Facebook to sway the elections. People have their opinion already. They like who they like.
If they don't have their opinion already, that's a big problem to me. That's a big problem.
That's another scary thing. Unless I feel like when media says stuff like that, it's like I feel like they think so lowly of everyone that they're just like, you don't have an opinion and we're gonna make one up for you.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know where it is. So I have to look more into it, but apparently there is a bunch of evidence that Russia tampered with the election, right?
Okay.
Through Russian bots, through Cambridge Analytica. I don't know if it's Cambridge Analytica. I might just be throwing that out there as like a buzzword. But there is supposed to be proof that they did tamper with the election, and there was this email that got like leaked out, and it showed how they really think like liberals are.
Russians?
Yeah, and like they used it as like an agenda. It was like, hey, if you're gonna do this, you have to do it this way because the U.S. liberals are very temperamental.
Okay.
Like, and they'll believe what you say, but they just need to be charged with emotion before they will believe it. I'm gonna try to find.
I don't even need a Russian to tell me that.
The liberals do. The liberals need the Russians to tell them that because they don't know that's what they're doing.
Yeah, but even look, if I remember correctly, right, when it comes down to votes, isn't it just based on the Electoral College and what their votes come down to?
Yeah, it is.
So if it's their votes, I'm missing the correlation. Like I'm missing how the Russian bots.
Well, what it's supposed to.
Are they real bots? Like they?
Yeah, it's like they use algorithms. The Russians use algorithms to have like one or two bots like mass invade social media.
Right, but social media doesn't have any play on the electoral votes.
It doesn't.
The
But
electoral college.
But what you would do is you would have them back a certain candidate, or you have them back a certain thing, and get like real people to agree with it, so that they would either talk to the congressman about it or talk to whoever's in charge of the district. And if the district head is like, okay, this is what my district wants, this is who I'll vote.
Right, that part I see now that I can understand. Like if we're going that deep into it, that I could understand. However, I guess there's a part of me that just I don't know if it's that I don't want to believe or just don't understand it. But a part of me when I hear that, I'm trying to understand that the Electoral College is, I don't say that silly, but that easily able to persuade. Because if the Electoral College is who were...
But the Electoral College is people we voted into the House, into the Senate, into office. They're not like a separate group of people. It's like our congressmen.
Right. Okay, so it's our... I really wish someone like who knew how to break this shit down. But if they're the Electoral College, right?
Sorry, my nose is like...
That's all good. Some of them are already going to be like Republicans. Some of them are already going to be Democrats. Some of them are already going to be liberal.
Right.
So if they're already in there with their point of view, they're already going to vote based on their state.
Right, but sometimes they don't. That's the thing, is that it's entirely up to them. So you would, like ideally you would want them to do that. You would want them to, like if you're in a red state, you would want
them to vote Republican.
Yeah, you would want them to vote red, but not all of them do. Same thing with blue states. You would want the blue states to vote blue, but all of them do. Like a lot of Democrats did not agree with Hillary Clinton. Ton of them, and you saw it because a lot of them voted red.
I wish I had like more of an understanding of this Russian thing, because I'm just like I get it. I think for the most part I get it. The idea is that the Russian bots made the people in the Electoral College think that they were more liberals, not liberals, but they were more of Republicans than not.
Well, they played both sides. They played both sides. So there were Russian bots that would feed a liberal agenda, and then there were Russian bots that would feed a Republican agenda or a conservative agenda.
See, but it's like, what's the weight? This is what I'm trying to understand.
Mm.
I guess this is a little bit deeper than what I'm trying to understand. What's the weight of a liberal? What's the weight of a Democrat? And what's the weight of a Republican? Like, what ensures you the little piece of gold at the end of that transaction?
You mean for a Russian bot?
No, I mean like for the Electoral College. Like why can't it just be? I want to just see America win.
That's what it comes down. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, but America winning doesn't necessarily even just mean being like the most popular person, and I feel like that's why
Trump won.
He was the most popular person.
He wasn't. Hillary was. Hillary won the popular vote. Hillary won the popular vote by millions.
But she won. But that's the thing. Like that's what I'm trying to understand. Like I'm trying to get.
That's why I also said social media is fake. Because Hillary won the popular vote by millions, and Donald Trump still won.
But the popular vote doesn't necessarily mean it was popular in each state.
No, that is what it means.
That's the popular vote?
Yeah, like overall in America, millions more voted for Hillary Clinton.
But the Electoral College didn't vote for her.
No.
For her.
Right.
Or most of the Electoral College didn't vote for her.
Right.
So then maybe it wasn't rigged.
It probably wasn't rigged. But there was still collusion.
So confused.
So am I.
So
confused. Saying it out loud, I was like, wait, what? There's still supposed to be collusion somehow, and that's why I'm saying I still have to look more into it.
I'm so confused.
But there's supposed to be massive evidence that Russia colluded. I don't have it. It's out there somewhere. I just have to find it and read it.
Guys, that took so much energy from me. I apologize.
But either way, it still proves what we said is right, that social media is still very fake.
Look, man. All in all I really care about at this point is I just want to like plead with YouTube and Twitter and all like the left type wing, in my opinion, social media sites. Like, just let people have a voice, man.
Right.
Who cares? Just let them have a voice. If you bring me information that someone's like the left and liberal media is just as guilty of if there is violence, just as guilty as violence as the right is. Let the guys have a voice, man. Let Alex Jones have a voice.
Right.
Let him be. There's YouTube. Look, YouTube's an emptier place without Alex Jones.
Feels empty.
YouTube is an emptier place without Alex Jones.
You know what's his name is on his way out next, right?
Who?
Jesse Lee Peterson.
They better not kick off Jesse.
He's gonna be gone.
Yo,
soon.
Jesse is a bomb, bro. This guy is literally a bomb. Like if you guys don't know who Jesse Lee Peterson is,
yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised if you don't. This man, he says some shit, boy.
He pops off, man. He pops
Jesse,
off for real.
Like he pops off in a different way. Like,
Yeah.
He says whatever the fuck he wants to say.
Man has no chill.
No chill whatsoever.
Yeah.
My only thing with Jesse is I don't have a thing with Jesse. Honestly, I'm gonna be very honest with you. I agree with everything he says. I'm gonna be super honest with you. I agree with everything he says. My only thing is I'm just surprised that no one bothered him. Like no one's bothering him really. Maybe it's because he's not big enough. I wouldn't put it past YouTube. And
he got pretty big after Slutmaker. He got pretty big after that.
He did, but when I say big, I'm talking about like millions and millions of viewers, like millions of subscribers.
Yeah.
It's not. He doesn't have that.
Nah.
And I feel like that's why they're not bothering him. I feel like I feel like they're playing a game with him. Actually, I feel like they're building him up to break him down. Jesse, be prepared, man.
I don't think he's afraid of anything.
He's not afraid. But I'm talking about be prepared as far as keeping everything intact.
Yeah.
Like, be prepared to have another platform that you can, put your stuff on. And if your viewers really, if they really fuck with you, they're gonna go to that platform. But I feel like they're building them up to break him down, man.
And we'll see.
He says wild shit.
Yeah, it's really
wow. But he's never called to violence.
He hasn't.
Never, not once. The man doesn't even curse.
But there was one time where someone called into his show. I don't know who they were talking about. I think they were talking about Elizabeth Warren.
Pocahontas?
Yeah. And the caller basically said, "Yeah, man, I want to go out and scalp Elizabeth Warren."
Whoa. That's not his fault. That's
not his fault. So he didn't call it violence, but his viewer did say that.
Can't control all of them, man.
Just people like that in every group.
It's so insane
to like that in every group.
It's insane to come to this conclusion. Like,
it's not his fault.
Yeah. Oh, just because one caller, like that person, they've been in their crib upset
for the longest.
They've been in that crib mad.
So is it okay for Jesse and Alex Jones and Ben Shapiro and I'll name some.
Ben Shapiro's my guy, bro.
Ben Shapiro's pretty cool. I think he's wrong about rap music.
I never heard what he said about rap music.
He says it's not real music.
Nah, there's real rap music, bro.
He's wrong about some
stuff. Listen to Chance the Rapper, bro.
He's wrong. He's definitely wrong about some stuff. I'll give it.
Bro, wait. Before we even continue, please remember what you was gonna say. Okay. Ben Shapiro. If you're out here talking about there's no real rap music, is he saying rap music or trap music?
Rap music.
Bro, nah, you can't say that. You can't say that. Bro, you have Chance the Rapper. Coloring Book?
Coloring Book is pretty good, man.
Bruh.
Coloring Book is pretty good.
Bruh. Coloring Book is fire.
Yeah.
Fire.
Right.
I'm gonna go to Kanye. Yeah. Life of Pablo album. Fire. Alright? Yeah. Fire. You can't say rap music is real. I'm not huge on like a whole bunch of other rappers. I really kind of just stick to mostly what I like. Wayne, don't ever say rap music's not real. If you put that
Carter too.
The Carter
too. Come on, man.
The Carter. Come on, no. Ben, look, I get it. You're Jewish.
No, he says it's because he plays classical music.
Nah, bro. Wait.
Come on, bro.
First of all, I don't say huge, but I'm a Ben Shapiro fan. Speaks a lot of facts, a lot of logic. I'm a Ben Shapiro fan. But you can't say rap's not real music.
Yeah, come on.
But look, all I could tell them to do, right? I'm speaking to you directly. We got to hashtag this Ben Shapiro.
Sure.
I'm speaking to you directly, Ben. Put the headphones on. Just put the headphones on. Take everybody out the room. Don't let anyone interrupt you what you're doing.
Yeah.
Just listen. I was gonna say listen to All We Got, but I take that away. Just listen to Waves from Kanye.
Right.
That's a rap song to me.
It is.
Just listen to Waves or I Wonder. Listen to I Wonder from Kanye. Yeah. Put the headphones on. Don't be by yourself. Don't let the kids come in and offer you, matzo bread. Whatever happens in there. Be by yourself. Put the headphones on. Beats headphones.
Yeah.
Want any headphones that cancel out sound.
Or AirPods. He probably has AirPods.
That's not good enough though. That doesn't cancel out much sound.
Right.
Put those bad boys on. And then come back and tell me that rap music's not real. Don't do it.
You're very wrong.
That's such a lie.
It's fake news.
That's fake news, man.
It's fake news.
That is fake news.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. He's trying. Look, I'm not even. Listen to if I remember the name is correctly. I think it's 4 p.m. in Calabasas from Drake. Fire.
Maybe it's 4 a.m.
I think it's 4 a.m. in Calabasas. Fire.
Yeah.
Don't tell me rap is don't. I know what Nas meant when he was. I know what he was trying to get at when he made the whole album Hip Hop Is Dead or the song Hip Hop Is Dead. I get where he was going with it.
Yeah.
It's not dead, bro.
It's not. He still made music after that too.
Yeah. You said that because you were upset about something. You were upset with an artist. But
Hip hop as he knew it was dead.
Yeah, the hip hop he knew was dead.
Yeah.
Don't say rap music. Come, Ben, bro, please. I'm a fan, bro.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of Ben. But don't say hip hop's not real. Don't say it's not real music.
Right.
And I listen to classical music. There's no bass.
Ain't no bass in there.
No bass, bro. You can't have music.
No
without
drums.
bass.
No 808s.
No, come on. Don't do it, bro.
Right.
I'm sorry. I cut you off. What were you saying?
Nah, I was just gonna say the really outspoken speakers. I was just gonna name some on the left, like David Packer or Shank Uger. I don't know how to say his last name.
Oh, me neither.
From the Young Turks.
Yeah.
I said David Packer and Shank. There's one more dude.
There's a couple of outspoken left people.
Yeah.
I can't think of
just like
now.
regular normal left though. All of BuzzFeed.
I'm trying to think right now.
I forgot my point. Oh yeah, just let them all have a voice.
Let everyone have a voice.
Yeah,
They're trying to delete. They're trying to really like hit the control button and like highlight all the Republicans and delete them. Don't do that.
That's a little scary, man, because it's just like if you guys were Republican and you guys had this platform, would you guys delete all the liberal?
You know,
if you guys were communists, would you
kicked
delete
off.
all the capitalists? You know,
Let everybody let everyone chill. If you were just let everybody. Chill.
I was saying that their followers probably have violent people in there. Their followers probably have very, very violent.
Let people chill, man.
Yeah.
Yo, it's like, look, we all have like right now we're in a spot right now where everyone has the opportunity. Like everybody has the opportunity to be heard.
Yeah.
Everyone, and everyone has the opportunity to have fun while being heard. Don't fuck it up.
Yeah.
Yo, Twitter, YouTube, y'all every social media platform, you guys are fucking it up. You're fucking up the fun.
I think Facebook is the one that stayed like the most.
Yo, how was no one giving Facebook like a?
Nah, Facebook had to go through a whole Senate hearing.
Yeah, they did, but that was something else. That was
for the Cambridge Analytica deal.
Yeah, that was literally more to me from watching it. It seems like Congress wanted. What's his name?
Zuckerberg.
They wanted Mark Zuckerberg to go in there and explain to them how Facebook works. That's all. That's all I got from that video.
Yeah.
I got that they still didn't understand the like button. They don't know what it means.
Right.
How many people they're just like, what's going on?
Right.
And they wanted Mark Zuckerberg to come in there and explain what Facebook was. Their grandkids are using it. Their great grandkids are using it. They still don't know how to use it. So they want to know how that shit works. Facebook needs a shout out. As far as I know, people aren't being deplatformed from Facebook.
That's what I was gonna bring up.
Facebook needs a shout out. We need to come up with a shout out thing. Like we need to come up with a
button.
A button or something.
Yeah.
Like Facebook.
Well, we have to plan that in advance. Well, it depends.
Well, now we know we're gonna add it to. Let's try to add it to the next show. But Facebook needs a shout out for that. I don't know if is Alex Jones even. Is he
I
on
don't
Facebook?
know. I don't know where Alex Jones is because after he got the platform he might just be on his own website.
He's on his own website.
But before he would upload that stuff to YouTube. I don't know where he's doing it now. Yeah, he just does it on his own website.
Bro, we need to put this on YouTube. We need to get all this stuff on YouTube and all the platforms. Because Twitch is good, but it's based more live. It doesn't incur people watching when we're not live. Like, we need this shit permanent somewhere outside of Twitch. Yeah, people could really fuck with it.
Right, true.
I don't know if everyone's gonna fuck with it, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But shout out to Facebook.
Yeah, for sure.
Shout out to Zuck. My man Zuck.
Zuck.
And by the way, I didn't even think that Chris Rock joke was all that funny on Tambourine. I don't know if you guys seen it.
I didn't see it.
He had this joke where he kept making fun of Zuckerberg's name. I didn't think it was all that funny. I'm just saying Zuck wasn't all that funny.
You're on this side.
I'm on your side.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get at.
He's gonna take a quick break.
Oh, you want to take a break?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go break.
quick break. I just want to get some water, stretch my legs, use the bathroom.